A disturbing story of a Vietnam veteran who died covered in ant bites while living in an Atlanta VA facility, and it is leading, thankfully, to some big changes.
Joe Marable died of stage 4 cancer after suffering days at the mercy of crawling, biting pests. Elwin Lopez talked with Maribel's daughter, who says her father's final days have given her a new mission here, Elwin.
Yeah, Laquana Ross says she often saw food in her father's room at the VA facility and now wonders why staff members weren't clearing it away and whether that could have contributed to ants in his room. She's happy that the VA is now taking action, but she wants to make sure this doesn't happen to anyone again.
I think that everyone is kind of damaged in this case, and so as we go into kind of evaluating it, the hope is that they are able to get to the root cause.
Laquana Ross wants to know why her dad, a Vietnam veteran, was covered in ant bites not once, but twice during the final days of his life, battling stage 4 cancer.
I'm confident that on the first day that my dad was covered in ants, he knew what was going on.
Hundreds of bites covered the 73-year-old's stomach, legs, arms, and hands. Ross suspects the ants were drawn to food in his room at the Eagles Nest Community Living Center.
I'd come to visit and he'd have a tray there from days prior. He'd have items left in his room that were there, sandwiches, sweets, things that may have been removed from the tray but just in separate areas throughout the room.
Ross says no one told her family about the ants until she visited her dad at the VA center and asked about his swollen hand.
No one in our family was communicated to that this had happened. And so, I've asked, and I will continue to ask as the VA evaluates this. We have the issue, which is the ants, but the bigger is what is the process. Once they create the change and take these steps, they need to ensure that they sustain it.
The VA has already taken some immediate action as its investigation continues. On Tuesday, the VA announced it was placing the regional director based in Atlanta on administrative leave. The Atlanta chief medical officer was assigned to administrative duties, and 7 staffers were removed from patient care.
They've made some major changes to demonstrate to the public and my family that they really do care about what happened to my dad.
And the last time Ross saw her dad, she says she played music for him and folded his clothes. Now that he's gone, she hopes his story will not only live on, but lead to true sustainable changes at the VA. Jeff.
Elvin, thank you. Brookhaven Police searching